5, Exploring Sensory Awareness. Welcome back to the Barbara Schnarr podcast, and welcome to week 5 of our somatic healing journey. I'm Barbara Schnarr, and I'm glad you're here. Every week, we come together to grow and glow, learning to live more fully, more consciously, as we glow from the inside out. This is week 5 of 12 of the Barbara Schnarr podcast, Somatic Healing Series. If you're following along in my 12-week somatic healing book, that's fantastic. If you don't have the book, that's absolutely fine, but you will want something to write with and to write on. If you'd like to get the book, just go to the About section of the Barbara Schnarr podcast, wherever you found this episode, and there will be a link to my 12 Somatic Healing Coach Sessions for Coaches and Individuals book on Amazon. Or you just go to Amazon and search for Schnarr Coach. That's Schnarr Coach. Be sure to check out the BarbaraSchnarrPodcast.com. You can find our daily motivations, latest podcast episodes, and links to all the books. Be sure to follow me on all the socials too. Over the past several weeks, we've explored body awareness, breath, movement, and the cultivation of safety within the nervous system. Each of these practices has helped us build a stronger connection with our bodies and a greater understanding of how our internal experiences shape our daily lives. This week, we're going to explore another powerful doorway into embodiment and healing, our senses. At first glance, our senses may seem ordinary. After all, we use them every day without much conscious thought. We see, hear, touch, smell, and taste from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to sleep. Yet, many of us move through life on autopilot, barely noticing the incredible amount of information that our senses provide. In a fast-paced world filled with distractions, notifications, responsibilities, and constant stimulation, sensory experiences often fade into the background. We may rush through meals without tasting them, walk through beautiful environments without really seeing them, or listen to conversations while our minds are elsewhere entirely. Somatic healing invites us to slow down and reconnect with the sensory world. Our senses provide one of the most direct pathways into the present moment. Unlike thoughts, which often pull us into the past or project us into the future, sensory experiences are happening right now. The warmth of the sunlight on your skin, the sound of the birds outside your window, the scent of fresh coffee, the texture of a favorite blanket, or the taste of a meal all anchor us into the reality of the present moment. This connection to the present moment is one of the reasons sensory awareness can be so supportive for emotional regulation and nervous system health. When we become overwhelmed by anxiety, stress, or difficult emotions, the mind begins racing. Thoughts spiral, worries multiply. We become disconnected from what's actually happening around us. The senses offer a way back. They provide concrete information that can help the nervous system recognize that it is here, now, and in this moment. From a neurological perspective, sensory information is constantly being processed by the brain. Every second, your nervous system receives an enormous amount of data from your environment and from within your body. This information helps you navigate the world, make decisions, assess safety, and respond to changing circumstances. Much of this processing happens automatically beneath conscious awareness. By intentionally bringing attention to sensory experiences, we strengthen our ability to stay connected to ourselves and to our surroundings. An interesting aspect of sensory awareness is that our relationship with senses is often shaped by life experiences. Some people become highly sensitive to certain sensory inputs, like bright lights or loud noises or strong smells. Even crowded environments can feel overwhelming. Others may notice the opposite experience, feeling disconnected from certain sensations or struggling to fully engage with sensory experiences. Neither response is unusual. The nervous system adapts to circumstances, and sensory patterns often reflect those adaptations. This week offers an opportunity to become curious about your own sensory preferences and responses. Which sensory experiences make you feel calm, grounded, and connected? Which ones feel stimulating or overwhelming? What sensory experiences bring you comfort, joy, or a sense of safety? Exploring these questions can reveal valuable information about how your nervous system operates and what supports its well being. Let's begin with sight. Vision is often considered our dominant sense. It has a profound influence on how we experience the world. Much of the information we gather about our environment comes through visual input. Yet most of us rarely pause to truly observe what's around us. We glance at our surroundings without fully seeing them. This week, try spending a few moments observing something with your full attention. It might be a tree moving in the wind, or a candle flame, or a piece of artwork, or a flower, or even clouds in the sky. Notice colors, shapes, shadows, textures, and movement. Pay attention to details that you might normally overlook. As you do this, notice how your body responds. Many people discover that focused visual attention creates a sense of calm and presence. Others find that nature, in particular, has a regulating effect on the nervous system. Touch is another powerful sensory experience. Touch is often our first language. Before we understand words, we understand physical sensations. Throughout life, touch continues to play an important role in how we experience comfort, connection, and safety. The sensation of a warm blanket, the feeling of soft clothing, the texture of grass beneath our bare feet, or the pressure of a supportive chair can all influence our emotional state. As you explore touch this week, notice how different textures and temperatures affect you. Run your hands across various surfaces. Pay attention to what feels comforting, energizing, neutral, or unpleasant. There's no correct response. The goal is simply to become more aware of how your body experiences the world through touch. Sound offers another fascinating avenue for exploration. Many of us are surrounded by noise throughout the day, yet we rarely stop to truly listen. Sound can dramatically influence the nervous system. Certain sounds may create feelings of calm and relaxation, while others may trigger alertness or irritation. Music can evoke memories, alter mood, and even influence your heart rate and breathing patterns. Take time this week to listen intentionally. Notice the sounds that are already present in your environment. Perhaps you hear birds singing, or distant traffic, or the hum of appliances, or the rustle of leaves, or the rhythm of your own breathing. Notice how different sounds affect your body. You may find that certain sounds help you feel more grounded, while others increase tension or distraction. This awareness can help you create environments that better support your nervous system. The sense of smell is deeply connected to memory and emotion. A particular scent can transport you back decades in an instant. The smell of freshly baked bread, or ocean air, or flowers, or wood smoke, or even a perfume can evoke vivid memories and emotional responses. This occurs because the olfactory system has direct connections to parts of the brain involved in memory and emotional processing. As you explore smell this week, pay attention to the scents around you. Notice which aromas feel comforting, energizing, nostalgic, or grounding. You may discover that certain scents help you create a sense of safety and well-being. These can become valuable tools for self-regulation during times of stress or emotional overwhelm. Taste offers another opportunity to reconnect with the present moment. In today's world, many meals are eaten while multitasking, scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or rushing between activities. Mindful eating invites us to slow down and fully experience nourishment. Notice the flavors and textures and temperatures and sensations associated with eating. Pay attention to how your body responds before, during, and after a meal. Many people are surprised by how different food tastes when they slow down and pay attention. Familiar foods may reveal flavors that have gone unnoticed for years. Mindful eating can also foster a greater sense of gratitude and connection with the act of nourishing the body. One of the most practical applications of sensory awareness involves emotional regulation. When emotions become overwhelming, sensory grounding techniques can help bring attention back to the present moment. One widely used approach is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise. This practice encourages you to identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. By engaging multiple senses, this exercise helps interrupt spiraling thoughts and reconnect you with your immediate environment. The effectiveness of sensory grounding lies in its simplicity. Rather than trying to think your way out of distress, you return to direct experience. You remind your nervous system that there's more happening than the thoughts currently demanding your attention. This creates space for regulation, perspective, and greater emotional balance. As you move through this week, consider incorporating small sensory check-ins to your daily routine. Feel the warmth of a cup in your hands before taking a sip. Notice the sensation of water on your skin while washing your hands. Pause to listen to the sounds around you while taking a walk. Observe the colors in the sky at sunrise or sunset. Allow yourself to fully experience a favorite scent. These simple moments may seem insignificant, but they can profoundly strengthen your connection to the present moment. It's also important to recognize that sensory exploration isn't always comfortable. Some people may discover sensory sensitivities they were unaware of. Others may notice numbness or difficulty connecting with certain senses. These experiences aren't problems to be fixed, though. They're information. They provide insight into how your nervous system has adapted and where awareness may be developing. Approach these discoveries with curiosity and self-compassion. You don't need to force sensory experiences or push beyond your comfort zone. Somatic healing isn't about overwhelming the system. It's about building trust and awareness gradually. The more you learn about your sensory world, the more effectively you can support your own well-being. As we close this week's exploration, I invite you to reflect on the role your senses play in your daily life. Which sensory experiences help you feel most grounded? Which ones bring you joy or connection or comfort? What happens when you slow down enough to truly notice what's already present around you? The senses are always available as companions on this journey. They offer a direct route back to the present moment, a pathway into embodiment, and a reminder that life is unfolding right here and right now. Through sensory awareness, we learn to experience the richness of a world with greater depth and appreciation while strengthening our connection to ourselves. Thank you for joining me for week 5 of our somatic healing journey. As you move through the days ahead, I encourage you to explore your sensory experiences with curiosity and openness. Notice what supports you, what grounds you, and what makes you feel fully present. Your senses are constantly offering information, connection, and opportunities for healing. The more you learn to listen, the richer your experience of life can become.